this is maybe a little bit heavy to start off the fun half with. I want to just play the audio first, and we'll stop the clip partway through because I want you to see if you can guess. This is from Fox and Friends.
I think this is the 5.
Oh, this is the 5. It's from the 5, I think. Fox is the 5. One of the highest rated cable news programs on television. And this is Riley Gaines. Is she a full-time employee over at Fox now?
She is at Outkick, which is like a subsidiary of, I think, Fox Sports, run by Clay Travis. But I don't.
Okay.
But she's like a perennial Fox.
Okay, but she's on there, and of course she is the one who was upset because she came in 5th. What was it? She lost a swim race
to Leah Thomas, the trans swimmer in college, which it was literally she got 5th place.
She got in 5th place, so she wasn't.
And one of the person was a trans athlete.
Yeah, okay. So she would have gotten into 4th place if Leah Thomas did not exist at all, and we would have never heard of her. But she came in 5th place, and fortunately for her, Leah Thomas won the race, so she was able to have an entire career that she wouldn't otherwise have. But here she is warning us about a really dangerous thing that is growing in the American body, consciousness.
It doesn't make sense. You have to ask yourself, why do they keep pushing this? Who are they trying to appeal to? Because despite what the media portrays or how politicians are voting, this doesn't represent.
This doesn't represent the American public. I want you to take a guess at what she's talking about. She's not talking about any trans issues. She's off that. She's no, she understands that, but what is it that is making her so concerned? Let's play this from the beginning. She is Riley Gaines, the Outkick host on Fox News.
It doesn't make sense. You have to ask yourself, why do they keep pushing this? Who are they trying to appeal to? Because despite what the media portrays or how politicians are voting, this doesn't represent the overwhelming majority of how this country, really how the world, feels on this issue. I think majority of people, parents especially, they can acknowledge that gay Nutcracker and black disabled Santa has gone way too far. The pendulum has swung.
The pendulum has swung too far. First off, this is Jesse Waters.
The pendulum.
The pendulum has swung too far, folks.
From a white Coca-Cola Santa to black disabled Santa.
We'll get to the black disabled Santa in a moment. And incidentally, this is how Megyn Kelly made her bones at Fox, by saying everybody knows that Santa is white. If you have ever watched the Nutcracker ballet, and I will tell you that I don't think I have seen a production of anything more times live and on video than the Nutcracker. When I was a kid, I had no idea what it was. I thought because it was a Russian ballet thing, and they would show up, and I would just assume it's some Russian thing. Because, I didn't celebrate Christmas. But my daughter got into ballet. And I have seen so many productions of the Nutcracker. I have seen productions of the Nutcracker in regional theater. I have seen productions of the Nutcracker at Lincoln Center on multiple occasions. I've seen the Ballantine version. I've seen the one in Seattle and in San Francisco. I've seen ones in LA, all on video. And I will tell you something. There is maybe no single production that is so widely disseminated, that is so clearly about pedophilia than the Nutcracker. I'm sorry. They've different productions have basically eliminated it, but I want to make it clear. It is about an uncle showing up in the middle of the night to provide this young girl with a Nutcracker, and she goes on a tour where she gets candy if she goes, on this tour. I mean, it is, and there are some productions that sort of acknowledge it with a couple of these looks, but So the idea that like this is too far, the Nutcracker is perverse because there's a gay person involved in it. Are you kidding me? The Nutcracker is one of the most perverse sort of like things that could possibly exist. And they know it because they've changed it over and over again. They keep changing it to make it like where it's as far away from this this premise of this sort of like weird uncle showing up who's going to sneak in the middle of the night and give this girl a nutcracker.
I also just want to highlight the depths to which there's so much in-group speak with this stuff going on in a clip like this. Like, Matt, if you could just put it up again, the Chiron here, the Dylanization of corporate America. Every single conservative in the country knows what that is. It is about that person, Dylan Mulvaney, who I like. She could be sitting right here. I have no idea who she is. That's the thing.
But she was involved with Bud Light, and it hurt Bud Light's, but somehow, which has come up many times before, because Megyn Kelly, back when she was on Fox 10 years ago, was complaining about the idea of a black Santa Claus.
Right.
And for the rest of the country, we've moved on about the idea of like gay people in a production. But for them, it's like, how can the Nutcracker be about gay people? What are you talking about? It's not even a religious thing. It's just about Christmas.
And even
gay people don't have Christmas.
Right. And trying to conflate it or sort of like continue the longer tale of like Dylan Mulvaney's relevance in this topic is like. It's totally translatable for people who watch this every day, but even as someone who does it for work, like I forgot about it.
Of course. But I've got some very bad news for you, for those folks who are going to the ballet and don't want to be exposed to any gay people. I've got some very bad news for you about some of the performers you may encounter in the ballet. But the idea that it's sort of offensive for a black paralyzed, what is it, what's the issue with the Santa? Like
he's in a wheelchair and is black.
Like he's in a wheelchair and it's like Jesus would be so offended. Can you imagine?
Yeah, just one thing. Salon has a thing on the origins of Nutcracker and the different versions of it. And this just Pacific Northwest Ballet's version includes a pedophilic godfather, Drosselmeyer, who gives Marie the Nutcracker doll and lustfully pouts when she falls in love with the doll rather than him.
I mean, honestly, the whole thing is really creepy. It's really creepy. And there are versions, I think it's the Seattle version, where they have like somebody's there, like they have a kid, like the prince is there, or there's a guide to guide Drosselmeyer, and there's a lot of the kid going like, looking to camera in this production, going like, Jobby Bunyar says, for the love of God, keep homosexuality out of the ballet.
I have to say, I know somebody from North Dakota, big fans of when they come to New York seeing Broadway productions, and also very anti-gay Catholic, and it's like, what's going on there?
Yeah. Yeah. Unbelievable.